In tears, she signs divorce papers at a Christmas party. The billionaire didn't know she was pregnant. Snow fell like scattered confetti outside the Harrington Hotel, clinging to the tall glass windows and dissolving under the golden glow of Christmas lights. Inside, champagne flowed, laughter rang out, and a live orchestra played soft carols that melted into the hum of elite conversation. For everyone else, it was the party of the season. For Elena Ward, it was the night her marriage ended. She stood near the towering Christmas tree in a crimson gown she had chosen weeks ago, back when she still believed her husband might come home early, might look at her the way he once did. Her hands trembled slightly as she cradled a crystal glass she hadn't touched. The scent of pine and expensive perfume made her nauseous. Or maybe that was the pregnancy. No one here knew. Not the socialites whispering behind diamond-studded smiles. Not the lawyers waiting discreetly near the bar. And certainly not the man walking toward her now, tall, impeccably dressed, his presence commanding the room without effort. Lucas Harrington, billionaire tech mogul, media darling, her husband of 3 years. Elena, Lucas said, his voice cool, controlled. You look appropriate. Appropriate. She swallowed hard. You said you wanted to do this tonight. He nodded. It's efficient. The press is already here. By tomorrow, it'll be old news. Efficient. Like everything else in his life. A violin swelled somewhere behind them as Lucas gestured toward a small table beside the tree. On it lay a slim leather folder, divorce papers, final and unforgiving. Her heart clenched. Do you have to do this here? She asked softly. Lucas's jaw tightened. You knew this was coming. Did I? She wanted to scream. Or did I just know you stopped loving me? The room blurred as memories rushed in, late-night dinners alone, unanswered calls, assistants replacing affection. She had blamed herself. Always herself. A waiter brushed past, laughing. Someone popped a cork. Lucas opened the folder and slid a pen toward her. Sign, he said. Her fingers curled into fists. Tears burned her eyes, but she refused to let them fall. Not yet, Elena, he added, lowering his voice, don't make a scene. That was it. The tears came anyway, hot, unstoppable. They spilled down her cheeks as murmurs rippled through the nearby guests. Cameras subtly turned. Phones emerged like silent witnesses. With shaking hands, Elena took the pen. She signed her name. Each stroke felt like carving something out of her chest. When she finished, she dropped the pen and stepped back, pressing a hand to her mouth as a sob escaped. Applause erupted somewhere across the room. Someone mistook the moment for a dramatic announcement. Lucas closed the folder, relief flickering briefly across his face. Good, he said. My assistant will arrange. Elena turned and ran. She barely made it to the restroom before vomiting into a marble sink, her body racked with sobs. She slid down the wall, clutching her stomach as if to protect the tiny life inside her. I'm sorry, she whispered. I tried. 3 months pregnant, alone, divorced, and the father had no idea. The next morning, headlines exploded. Billionaire signs divorce at Christmas gala, power couple calls it quits. Lucas read them over black coffee, unmoved. The marriage had been a mistake, too emotional, too distracting. Elena was gentle, warm, everything he wasn't. And that, he'd decided, was the problem. His phone buzzed. Unknown number. He ignored it. Across town, Elena lay in a small apartment she had rented under her maiden name. The doctor's visit replayed in her mind. Congratulations. You're 12 weeks along. She placed a hand over her stomach, tears slipping into her hair. She had considered telling Lucas so many times. But how could she bring a child into a marriage already dying? Her phone rang again. She answered. Mrs. Harrington, a female voice asked. Elena Ward, she corrected quietly. This is St. Mary's Hospital. We need to speak to you about your test results. Fear gripped her chest. Is something wrong with the baby? A pause. No, but there's been a mix-up. Your blood work indicates a rare genetic marker. The father may also carry it. We recommend he be tested immediately. Her heart sank. The father is unavailable, Elena said. I'm afraid it's important, the nurse insisted. For the child's health. That night, Elena stood outside the Harrington Tower, her coat wrapped tightly around her. She hadn't planned this, but motherhood had a way of demanding courage. Lucas was surprised to see her when security announced her presence. You shouldn't be here, he said, stepping into the hallway. The divorce is finalized. I know, she replied. I'm not here about that. He noticed her paleness, the way her hand hovered near her abdomen. Elena, his voice softened despite himself. What is it? She looked up at him, tears glistening. I'm pregnant. The world seemed to tilt. What? Lucas breathed. I was going to tell you. I didn't know how. Her voice broke. The baby is yours. Silence swallowed them. You're lying, he said finally. She pulled a folded ultrasound from her bag and pressed it into his hand. His fingers trembled as he stared at the tiny shape. 3 years of control shattered in an instant. Why didn't you tell me? He demanded. You handed me divorce papers at a Christmas party, she whispered. When was I supposed to? Guilt, sharp and unfamiliar, cut through him. I didn't know, he said hoarsely. Elena, I swear, I'm not asking for anything, she interrupted. I just needed to tell you. For the baby. She turned to leave. Wait, Lucas said, panic creeping into his voice. Come back. She stopped but didn't turn. I made a mistake, he admitted. I thought I wanted freedom. I didn't know what I was throwing away. Elena faced him then, eyes fierce despite the tears. You didn't just throw away a marriage, she said. You threw away trust. He stepped closer. Let me fix this. You can't, she replied softly. But you can be better. For our child. Snow began to fall again outside the glass walls. Lucas watched her walk away, the weight of his ignorance crashing down on him. For the first time in his life, all the money in the world couldn't buy back what he'd lost. And somewhere inside him, beneath the regret and fear, a fragile hope took root, one shaped like a second chance he might never deserve.